Ladies and gentlemen, Barry C here with another cryptocurrency video, and I want to talk to you about XRP and the opportunity we have right now. Because ladies and gents, the decisions that we make right now could absolutely still pay off in a couple of months. And for those of you who have been listening to my channel for quite some time, and maybe you've listened for a couple of years, months, maybe this is your first of my XRP content. Let's put everything into perspective. We've all had about 3.5 years to buy XRP quite cheaply. And I've been saying for years that we had up until about November 2024 to buy cheaply, and then things start getting crazy. And sure enough, November 2024, we went from 50 cents to $2.60, $2.70 in the space of a month. And this isn't an I told you so in any way, shape, or form. It's just the perspective of someone who's been in crypto since 2016. I know how the markets work. I know how the bear markets unfold, how the bull runs unfold, and the time frames in which these prices and exciting price movement unfolds. Because it's been that way since 2016. We haven't seen anything different when it comes to bull runs. And that's the reason, I guess, on making this type of content is if you're holding and accumulating for 3.5 years, it can get pretty frustrating. It's also very frustrating when you're accumulating an asset like XRP, where you can see it's designed for greatness. It's designed to be the number one crypto in finance, and it exists below $1 for such a long time. And on top of all of that, then you see random crypto start pumping, and you go, well, why is that project moving? And XRP, the greatest digital asset ever created, it's trading sideways. It's frustrating. It's easy to get holders fatigue. It's easy to just become disillusioned with the whole process. But here's the reality. We operate in 4-year cycles when it comes to bull runs and bear markets. And those 3.5 years, as frustrating as they are amazing opportunities to build and grow our portfolios. And in particular, it's been a really amazing opportunity to build and grow our XRP. And even after November, the market has dipped down again. We had our Christmas and New Year's dip, and we still have amazing opportunities to accumulate XRP quite cheaply because we have a couple of months left of the biggest alt season anyone has ever seen. And typically it kicks off after the second week of January. Now, there are a lot of narratives and there's some speculation that there's money on the sideline waiting for Trump to get into office so that the alt season could technically start after January the 20th. And that's a possibility as well. I would say by the end of January, we are easily in a massive alt season and XRP is going to start moving rapidly. So that means we still have a really small window of opportunity to accumulate XRP quite cheaply. Because let's work off the assumption that we have a typical bull run in front of us, which means that by the end of March or end of April, maybe at the latest, the first week of May, that's the end of the massive price action. After that, we get 3.5 years of bear market again, which means the next Bitcoin halving event is in 2028, and that means the next alt season's around 2029. And that's taking into assumption that we're operating on the 4-year cycle. That's not taking into consideration a utility run. But here's the thing to consider as well. If we have a utility run, if we see mass adoption, if we see blockchain and cryptocurrencies adopted into the way we conduct finance and is utilized by banks and financial systems all over the world, and they turn to the crypto they have been successfully trialing since 2017, and that crypto is XRP. If we see that mass adoption, then it's no longer about the retail investor. It becomes about global adoption, and it becomes about billions and trillions of dollars flowing directly into XRP and it being utilized on a global scale. That's when we see entirely different price action. But that means that any decisions that we make today are even more important. Because here's the thing, ladies and gents, let's say we just look at the typical 4-year bull run cycle. Typically by the end of March or April, let's say XRP gets to $20 a coin, we typically see over a 50% retracement. So the new entry point cheaply into XRP could be $10, $9, maybe even $8. And then it trades sideways for 3.5 years until we get the next Bitcoin halving, next bull run. That's the way it's been since 2016, and you can easily make plans around that to accumulate and build and grow until the next bull run. However, what we're seeing right now, as of January 2025, is the most pro-crypto sentiment I've ever seen heading into a bull run. And not only that, but we're starting to see at a mainstream level people interested not only in cryptocurrencies, but encouraging institutions and individuals and corporations to utilize blockchain and crypto and innovate with blockchain and crypto. And that's really fascinating. And what we're also seeing is specific cryptocurrencies on the radar of a president and his administration. And we've all seen that picture of Brad Garlinghouse meeting with President Trump, which means that Ripple and XRP are absolutely on his radar. And when we start seeing that level of interest in cryptocurrencies, in XRP, it makes me think that we're going to see a utility run a lot sooner than even I anticipated. Now, when you've listened to some of my other content, you've heard me talk about it could take 2 years, 5 years, maybe even 10 years for XRP to exist at a utility level and see a utility type price. And I'm talking about $100, maybe even $1,000 per XRP. And with this new piece of information, the fact that we have President Trump and his administration having meetings directly with Brad Garlinghouse and looking directly at Ripple, and because of that, also looking directly at XRP, we could see a utility and mass adoption a lot sooner than 5 years or 10 years. We could easily see it between maybe by the end of 2025, we could see that process started. It may even take another year, maybe 2 years, but it's going to happen a lot sooner than people anticipate. And this brings me back to where we are right now. Because if you think about mass adoption of XRP being utilized in multiple sectors to innovate and improve the way we conduct finance, then it can't exist at $2 a coin. There's no way. If you're handling the world's transactions on a daily basis when it comes to conducting finance, not just on a personal level, but on a corporation level, on an institutional level, then there's no way it can exist at $2. Absolutely not. And this brings me back to my initial point about where we are right now in the market and the decisions that we make right now when it comes to XRP. Because if we look at the potential of XRP, if we look at the mass adoption and being utilized on a global scale, and the fact that we have a pro-crypto president about to take office, and the fact he's talking about having Bitcoin reserves, he wants to have tax incentives and tax breaks for people who utilize crypto and blockchain technology, and the fact he's only meeting with very specific people in the crypto space, and one of those is Brad Garlinghouse, Ripple, and by the extent of that, XRP. That is incredible. And it brings that time frame forward when it comes to utilization in banks and financial systems. Because, ladies and gents, this is the way I look at it, and it's not financial advice, but this is just my perspective. We can accumulate the number one crypto in finance for around the $2 to $2.50 price range, and that's incredible. And for those of you thinking, well, I'll just wait for it to drop back down to 40 cents or 50 cents or 60 cents, I don't think we ever see those prices ever again. And the reason why I say that is if you go back and look at the XRP chart, go back to 2017, look at where it was trading for 0.006 cents a coin. Then when it hit $3.80 in 2018, it never hit 1 cent ever again. Never, never, ever. Look at then where it trades in 2020 and 2021. You could quite easily get XRP under 15 cents around leading up to, well, at least leading up to 2020. And then we finally hit $1.65, $1.80, and we don't have access to a 10 cent and below XRP ever again. Never, ever. And then here we are right now. We're currently trading within the $2 to $2.50 price bracket. You know, we fluctuate slightly. And we're not going back down to 40 cents or 50 cents or 60 cents. And we still have a massive alt season to come. And so if XRP starts going to $5, $10, $15, $20, just in the bull run itself, we're not even talking utility run, but if it goes to $20 and you look at the way the charts are historically, we're not going to see a dip back down to 40 cents or 50 cents or 60 cents ever again. That time has passed. And I would argue if we go up to $20 a coin, we're not even going to see $2 ever again. Those days will be gone. And that's why I look at where we are right now. I look at how quickly the markets move when it comes to an alt season. And we saw this happen in November on a smaller scale. Look at how rapidly XRP moved from 50 cents to over $2 a coin. Now imagine that on a much larger scale. And then take into consideration a utility run. We may get outside this bull run. We head back down to maybe $10 or $9 or $8 per XRP. And people will be sitting there going, that's too expensive. I want to pay under $1. And then when a utility run kicks in, you start seeing $100 or more, or maybe even $1,000. $8 will look like the cheapest, most amazing entry point ever. And that's the thing, ladies and gents. It's about that perspective and time. And that's why when I look at where we are right now in regards to accumulating XRP, I look at it as an amazing opportunity that's going to change rapidly. Whether it's in the next couple of days or the next week, things are going to get crazy really quickly, really soon. Ladies and gents, as always, none of this is financial advice. If you have enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. And if you're curious about all the other cryptos I hold outside of XRP, consider becoming a Patreon. Click the link in the description below, head across to my Patreon page, and consider becoming a Barry C VIP. There you'll have access to all the cryptos I hold, as well as my buy, sell, and take profit signals in real time.